Hey guys, Clumsy here. Welcome back to ATS OwnOps. Doing a bit of rolling start here because I'm trying to rush towards a certain job very early in the morning. It's 6:30 I think. But I wanted to take this job. It's a bit of a long haul, so this might comprise of, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3, maybe even 4 parts. But it pays well. We're going to be hauling salt, and the job will expire in like 30 minutes. I'm not sure how fast the time travels here in this city. Sometimes it travels pretty fast, right? So might as well rush it and make sure that we get it, because the other jobs that are available, not very good in terms of the payment. So how have you guys been? Hope you guys are fine. Thanks for enjoying this series. Happy to see all the comments, happy to see all the feedback. Glad you guys are enjoying this as much as I am. I'm learning a lot, and I am enjoying the climb, the grind. Also, I'm trying out one new mod. I'll share more about that. But if you've seen the video yesterday, was it yesterday? No, the other day, by the time this releases, the one where I had a mod spotlight, I was trying out the late autumn mod there by Grimes, and I noticed this reddish tint, which was very familiar. It seemed like it was from the old lighting, which I didn't really like, the old default lighting with a 2 reddish tint. I was not a huge fan of it, and I was initially thinking it was because of the what was that mod, Realistic Roads, which we have enabled right now. I don't think that's the culprit. I think it's more the late autumn mod has the old lighting still in there. So maybe it's been updated, but only minimally. For the new versions, it was not updated for the new lighting, something like that maybe. Or maybe the tint by itself is too reddish by nature, but it's something that I didn't like so much. So in the end, even though the trees would have been more accurate with late autumn, right, with how it is right now, I guess, if you're in this area, I opted to go back to early autumn, just so we would have a bit more realistic lighting condition. So we'll see that later. We'll try and observe it when the sun comes up, and I think it is starting to come up. Yeah, looks like it's pretty fast coming. Hopefully we get this job in time. We are almost there. Should be picking it up from UPS right across the street, and then we'll need to refuel before we get going, because this job will take us to different states. Finally, we'll have a chance to make use of that, the realistic fuel prices that we enabled. And currently, in terms of where we're going, it will actually be a very cost-efficient choice to fuel up in Colorado, where we are. We're currently in Grand Junction. And then maybe refuel again when we get to Oregon, because those are the two cheaper those are the 2 states which have cheaper prices. The ones in the middle, like Utah, Idaho, those are very expensive in comparison, if the prices are still what I have in my list. Alright, let's go and check. Hopefully it's still here. It is. There you go. 14 minutes to spare. Cutting it close there, but that's the route. That's the route. Takes us to Utah, Idaho, and Oregon, and then Washington. We're finally delivering this to Kennewick. So ideally, we gas up here in Grand Junction, and then if we can last all the way until Oregon, I would like that. But Yeah, Idaho. I'm not sure if our range can take us there. This truck has a very small fuel tank, so I'm not so confident that we can make it. At the very least, we'll learn how it should be. Very interesting trailers here. McDonald's trailers, interesting. First time I've seen this, I think. Is this new, maybe? Maybe this is an update from MLH's Real Company mod? Maybe? Not so sure. Anyway, alright. Let's go and lower the windows here. You can hear the engine getting louder immediately. I like that. Let's position ourselves to pick up this load. Trailer isn't lining up quite well yet. Let's make use of all the space. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, it's not too bad. We can make that work. And yes, I'm still using my trusty, rusty Mack R with its trailer. I was thinking a while ago if I could maybe leave my trailer here in the garage or leave it somewhere and haul something that is high paying, because I'm open to that as well. But I checked the jobs a while ago and there was no high paying freight market job, because yeah, usually you would get the higher payments in the cargo market when you're using your own trailer, right? Makes a lot of sense. So unless we get lucky and get those unique jobs like the Volvo heavy machinery maybe, or boats or helicopters or whatnot, some of those high paying ones, yeah, we probably wouldn't be able to beat the prices we get with hauling goods from our own trailer. Not my proudest moment here. Oh, but it kind of fits, doesn't it? Yeah, I'll take it. I will take it. I'll find a way. There's enough space for the other guy too on the other side of the parking. There we go. Okay. Alright, let's go. Early autumn, still in effect. That way, still get those yellowish trees. I think. I hope I activated it properly. I think I did. Well, we'll see. It does seem reddish again. No, but I see the autumn trees. Okay, yes, it is early autumn. And it is early morning. Still, I still don't have a clock here. Some of you guys recommended I remove that. I move it instead somewhere here at the top, I think. That can work too. So having the GPS on top and then the truck info, that might be something we can get into. Or maybe I can get like a small tablet in here just for truck info. I don't want to ruin the classic vibe of the truck though, so I wanted to minimize the digital screens. But we'll see. It would be ideal if we would have like an accessory of an analog clock. I'm not sure if that's possible even technically, but that would be ideal. Right, let's close the windows here because it is getting a bit loud. So I can talk to you guys a bit easier. And I did want to check our route here. 1 second, didn't I want to refuel? My bad. Sorry guys. Now here, I do see the tint is still a bit reddish, but it is early morning, so it is a bit more understandable, right? Let me see, is that for, that's for cars. Trucks is all the way at the back. Let's follow the signs. So the reddish tint right now is still acceptable. Sunrise, sunset, that kind of works, that kind of makes sense. But when the sun is fully up, I would not expect something this red anymore. So we'll give it a chance. Later when we get on the road, we'll see if the lighting is better. But yeah, in the late autumn one, if you check the previous video, previous ATS video, the mod spotlight video, mods with an S, you'll notice the reddish tint, and I kind of complained about it a couple of times during that video. So Yes, let me know if you experience the same thing. Or maybe it's just something wrong on my end. Okay, let's see the prices here. $359. Oh, that changed. Wait a minute, that changed a bit. Ah, okay, so I guess the mod author for real fuel prices updated his mod again with the newer prices. And I am still looking at the old one, so I'm not sure anymore if this is still accurate what I'm looking at. Yikes. Okay, I might have to refer to that again. Okay, $359, $260 here. No problem. At least we have a full tank now. I guess it would largely be the same trend, right? Maybe. Maybe sometimes, maybe not. Where are we supposed to go? Loop around. Yeah, maybe the prices will fluctuate sometimes. Some states will be higher, some will be lower. But it shouldn't be that far off. I think in general there will be a trend that fuel prices are cheaper in this state versus that one. And it's just the actual decimal points that are changing. Maybe. Okay, loop around. That's the way. And for trucks, that's the exit. Okay, good. Nice signage here. Yeah, I like the way these rest areas are made. Very clear where you have to go. And although there are other routes, those are built more for cars. That's why they're skimpier. Alright, let's actually stop here for a bit. Stop here on the side of the road, maybe. Well, there's not many people yet. So I do want to check our route here. Alright, let's see. So, if you just follow the interstate, I-70, turning on the 15, then 84. That will get us past from crossing over to Utah, then Idaho, then Oregon, and then Washington. Yeah, I would think of deviating, but maybe not, because this is the most efficient route, passing through interstates and minimizing the slowdowns, right? Minimizing the stops or the turns, so we are able to maintain as much as possible cruising speeds, basically, if we stay on the interstate, which is exactly what its purpose is, right? So it kind of makes sense. So yeah, we'll stay on the highways, stay on the main roads as much as possible, especially these days when we're a bit struggling for a bit strapped for cash. You can see we have 5,900 only. And the good thing is, if you missed the previous episode, I highly recommend you watch it, because we paid off our a portion of our loans. Previously, we had a 100,000 loan and a 50,000 loan. We were able to pay off the 50,000 loan in full now. So the only loan we have left is that 100,000, and that's what we're saving up for now. That's why I'm taking these long jobs, because these pay really well and get that momentum building, right? I think this job will pay around 30,000, so that's like 1/3 already of the debt that we want to pay off. So that's going to be very promising. It's going to be very good progress if we make it properly, if we make it in one piece to where we want to go. So yes, wish us luck, guys, and let's see how it progresses. You guys notice anything about the roads? Because this is using the new roads already, the realistic roads mod. I think the textures are better, aren't they? A bit more defined, but I can't quite distinguish it yet. Maybe as we get on the interstate here, we'll try and notice it a bit better. What does Keddy think? It's not moving, because we're not moving. 1 second. There we go. He's charging up. Yes, he likes it. There you go. Oh crap. Oh dang it. That caught me off guard. That was an unnecessary penalty due to my negligence. Dang it. We lost like how much there? Less than 1,000 I think, right? Okay, not too bad. That should be the only penalty that we will incur today, hopefully, in this trip. We cannot afford so many tickets. 70 west? Yes, exactly. Towards Utah. Love these signages. Okay, let's go low gear here. I should be able to turn right legally, right? I have my right signal. I'm on the rightmost lane. I stopped fully before I turned. So we should be allowed to turn right. Oh, look at those trees. Beautiful. The advantage of early autumn. And here we go. So it looks like the skies have changed now. It's now early morning, and now we don't have that reddish tint anymore. I like it, yes. Because that's my main problem with the late autumn mod. I tried loading it up again before I started this video. Oi, 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 please let me through, thank you. And I was going through the photo studio, because the photo studio now has that thing where you can change the skyboxes in the time, right? So you can have a look at all the lighting conditions. And yes, indeed, in late autumn, I saw that the skies were pretty red for the most part, except for one instance, I think, where it was a bit foggy. That was custom added. But yes, my theory, and I'm not sure if this is true, but this is my theory. I think because the late autumn mod has been out for the longest time. It's been out for years, right? So it started when the lighting, the default lighting was still, I would say, bad. I didn't really like it. The reddish tint was not to my liking. That's how it was by default before. Oh, look at that. Lucky. You got a green. So we don't need to stop by the way station. Nice. Love it. And no pop-ups because we disabled the route advisor. Keep route advisor hidden in the gameplay settings. Super immersive vibes. I like it. Okay, so we can keep on going. That will save some fuel. Good. I can also hear some cabin noises. I think that's part of the interior sounds from the Mack R from Zeemod. I like it. The cabin is kind of shaking from time to time. Alright, stay maybe at 60 miles per hour because the engine is screaming at me already. Not sure if I should even stay at 60, maybe only 55 with this truck, huh? But yeah, let's stay at 60. I think it's okay. Anyway, it's downhill, so that shouldn't be an issue. I could technically go up to 80, but the truck, I mean, you think this truck can go to 80? Probably not, right? So yes, it's let's see. Let's just be happy with 60 here. And yes, the engine is screaming at me already. Look at the fuel. The fuel is already moving. We just topped up and it's almost it's going down very fast. Yikes. Okay, but we'll see. We'll do our very best. Anyway, what was I talking about? I forgot about it. I think the late autumn, yes. I think my theory is it started off in the older lighting, so it was reddish as well by default. But as the updates came in, I think as the default lighting updated, I think the late autumn mod, my theory, is it didn't get updated accordingly. It stayed with that reddish tint. So now, even if you enable it, when you enable it, it overrides the new default lighting, which is nice. The new default lighting that is nice, and it replaces it with the old late autumn lighting. That's my theory. Let me know if that makes sense, or if you experience the same. But that's interesting because this early autumn mod, this one, is by the same guy. It's by Grimes as well. But this one has updated lighting, yeah, not reddish at all here, the hue we're getting right now. So it's a bit a fake question mark for me. It's strange why that's happening. Okay, oh man, hear that engine purr. Are we okay? I'm looking at the temperatures here. I might be overstressing the engine. Does seem like it's struggling a bit, doesn't it? Water temperature, where's the engine oil temperature? Something along those lines. Is that the one hidden by the steering wheel right there? Not sure. Oh, dang it. Stop looking outside. Oh, that's expensive. That was like $1,000 there. And the damage to the truck. Oh, 5%. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. Lesson learned. Lesson learned. Stop looking elsewhere and focus on the road. That was a very expensive, as I mentioned in the previous video, tuition fee. A very expensive lesson. Okay, learn from it. Learn from it. But that's the thrill, right? That's the excitement. That's the challenge in these kinds of profiles where we start off from the beginning. We're struggling, there's a real challenge, there's a real risk of getting bankrupt. Okay, no car there, thank you. Ay. Okay, I'll do better. We'll do better, we have to. Otherwise, we won't be able to pay off that loan. Alan is not impressed. And Keddy? Yeah, still a bit undecided what to feel about that. There we go. Right, thankfully we aren't at risk so much. Oh my goodness, me and my driving today. Not at my best shape today, guys. Might be too early for me. Let's see. Still have time. Thankfully, we're not much in a risk of overspeeding because of the limited capabilities of this truck. But still, we have to be careful, especially with those sharp bends. Thankfully, we still have the what do you call it? The orange signs where they advise the speeds that we drive. So when you're taking that corner, when you're coming across that bend, they recommend a certain speed, and that speed is very, very useful for me. It's a lifesaver, literally, because otherwise I wouldn't know what speed to tackle that corner. This is why I'm very bad at racing games, because I have no idea how fast I should be going towards a corner. I can slow down, but oftentimes either I will go too fast or I will go too slow. I find it hard to find like the sweet spot for that bend. And so these, not really orange, my bad, it's yellow, these guys. Yeah, these things that advise the speed, I almost always follow them. Sometimes I go a bit beyond, but oftentimes I just listen to them. And it's great because most of the recent DLCs, most of the recent areas here in ATS all have that already. It's just the older areas that really need some refining. That train go, pretty long train. Can we race the guy? We can, but let's not sacrifice our safety in the process, right? We've had a close encounter already. I think we left our bumper there in that collision. Yikes. Oh, there's the train. Look at that. Very nice crossover. Nice. This might be a nice thumbnail shot, actually, along this bridge here. Bridge shot. There we go. I love it. Oh, I'm starting to feel, because I changed my force feedback settings. So some of the people are asking about my FFB settings. I'm using the default FFB now from 142. And I have some recommendations, but these work for me, but your mileage may vary, okay? So maybe you can start with this if you don't have an idea, and then try it out and tweak it to your liking. But my advice is, and I shared this also in the previous streams, switch to default settings, right? So go to your options, controls, and then there's a button there under the FFB settings, default, switch back to default. So the sliders will reset to default, and then increase engine resonance just a bit, maybe, I don't know, a centimeter or two. And then the interior friction, or whatever you call it, max it out, the interior friction, and that's it. So default, engine resonance just a tad, and then interior friction maxed out. That's my preferred setting for now. Everything else is default. Oh, look at this view. Oh my goodness, what is that? That was the loan payment. Oh my goodness, that hurts. How huge that deducted from us. 2.8 left in the bank. Because if I remember correctly, that loan payment takes up like 1,800 a day, I think, in payments. Oh, that hurts. So I'd want to pay that off, because the interest is huge if we just leave it be. I think this might be a new thumbnail shot. There's such nice sceneries in here. Didn't expect to see these sites here. I forgot how beautiful Utah looks with all these what do you call it, mesas, I think, right? And yes, the ground textures I'm really liking. They're quite nice. They're not overblown, they're not exaggerated, but they do have a bit more texture, a bit more life, a bit more variance, right? Compared with the default lighting. Also, let me have a look at the time here. I think it might be time to take a break here, because the episode is getting a bit long. So we have a stop there, we have a rest area there coming up. Here in Route 6, you see we are headed west. Right? And right before we make that bend, that turn to the right, there's like a gas station. I think we'll stop there, guys, for this episode. But don't worry, we will continue immediately. Actually, we'll continue recording this. Normally, I try recording all trips in one go, because I've had it happen already that I stop for the day, I continue the next day, and a game update comes in or a mod update comes in and resets the progress. So I lose all progress of the job. So as much as possible, I try and finish everything in one go. But I just cut it into parts so it's easier to digest for viewers. So I'll probably continue that same point. Oh, look at this one. I'm just coasting here, guys. I'm not even in cruise control. Okay, now I will be. 50 up ahead. Slow it down. Very nice, Jake brake. There's the stop. Wow, that came a lot earlier than I was anticipating. Okay. That's okay, that's okay. So there should be a left turn somewhere. There, that's the gas station. Okay. I could probably turn left there, huh? Stop it. Don't crash into anyone else. Don't beat the red light. Thank you for not going red too fast. Okay, there's the rest area. Do we need to refuel? Not really. Not really. We're still in Utah, I think. Yes. But is it better to fuel up in Utah than in Idaho? I think so. So maybe it is better that we fuel up here, huh? It's okay. We'll risk it. We will risk it. So I'll just stop here, park here in the middle. Yeah, I think even these ground textures are from that Realistic Roads mod, right? Looks very nice, actually. I like the definition of it. It's very varied with cracks and everything. And it doesn't look like it's repeating much. It's not like obvious that you have any tiles there that are just repeating. Pretty cool. Actually, yeah, the ground textures blend perfectly well with our truck and trailer. I like it. I like the appeal. Anyway, alright, let's end part 1 here. Catch you guys in part 2. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. And Clumsy Trucking. See you soon.